join me on a very exciting day today. Not only is it Yorkshire Yarn Fest, but it's the first day of the Easter holidays, and yesterday we had some cattle delivered to our farm. So we have cattle, well, livestock, non-horse livestock on the farm for the first time in probably 20 years. So it's a very exciting day today. Yorkshire Yarn Fest and cattle and the Easter holidays. So I hope you're all having a good Saturday. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. My name's Beth. I'm from Telling Yarns. I am wearing today my finished Fox Thoughts cardigan from the winter pom-pom. This is the pullover and the cardigan, and I'm doing kits for this, which are on the website, and it's all in fingering weight, whereas the pattern is lace weight held double, so it's a bit simpler, and it's got a fantastic bit. I'll just show you, I'll flip it up, where you do like a facing on the steek. So I added a rainbow to mine, which, why not? Hey, so the main thing I wanted to talk to you today about, in fact, if I start with the discount code, if you would like a 15% discount on everything today, tomorrow and Monday on the website, just add the code Yorkshire Yarn Fest, all in capitals, in the discount section. The colourway theme for this Yorkshire Yarn Fest is Equinox. I have dyed up a colour, grab it here from behind me. For this, this is Equinox. It's a real sort of steel blue, so it's got speckles of different colours in there. It's based upon the colour that we see all the time at the moment in the sunsets, where you get this real sort of heavy grey blue cloud with all the coral behind it. So I'd recommend, if you're thinking of a colour like this, I think it goes really fantastically well with any coral shades like this. So this is For the Love of Ginny, or obviously any other kind of greys would also go well. That one? No, not that one. The pensive would also work nicely. So that's our colourway of the show, Equinox. The main thing I wanted to talk to you about today is a new series of yarns we have called the British Mills yarns, and these are predominantly non-superwash yarns which have all been milled in Britain from British sheep farmed by British farmers. So it's a link I really wanted to make, living on a farm, being a fourth generation farmer essentially. So the first one I'm going to show you, this is knitted up. This is the Storborough sock from the Shetland Wool Week annual from last year, and I knit this in our new British sock 4-ply, and this is a superwash yarn. This is the only one of the series which is superwash. I've knit it here in a selection of different colourways. So this is For the Love of Ginny. Swedish short snout is the blue. The pensive, it's a grey base predominantly. It's got a mixture of 60% superwash Exmoor Blueface, which is quite soft. It's got 20% superwash Corridale and 10% Zwartblus, which gives it a light grey flecking. So you get a real heathered look. So that's the base yarn undyed. Here it is on Molly at the Barrow. I've knit these into that sock that I just showed you. I did a swatch for that, and I think this is interesting because it shows how much getting the right colour combo is important on these. So these are both using the same combination of colours, but if you look at the left you completely lose the pattern in it. So that's interesting to note. I've also knitted up in it this Persephone mitt, and I've knit this, so it's actually supposed to be a pattern where you knit all in one colourway, but I've knit it alternating between the pensive and Molly at the Burrow, all on the same base. Hopefully you're getting that sort of tweedy, it's got a real toothiness to it, and that's from Knits About Winter, and that's the Persephone mitten. So that's in those. I've also, so let's show, I'll show you them all on the shelf in a minute, but yeah, just to show you a couple. These are all bases. This is Swedish short snout, Yule Ball, Pygmy Puff. So I don't think it's that often that you find proper sort of toothy yarns which have been hand dyed with acids so that you can get the proper speckles and spots and stuff. We've also got this beautiful, so those are spun by John Arben Mill in Devon, one of the best yarn makers around, absolutely one of the best in the country. This is also from John Arben, and then obviously I've dyed it up. This is British 4-ply, and this is 50% Exmoor Blueface, so again that brings softness and strength to it. 30% Blueface Leicester, which really gives it a good lustre, nice shine. 20% Wensleydale, which if you look, it's got a bit of a drape, even though it's not a superwash yarn. You can see that dropping down as I hold it on the thing. That's because of the Wensleydale, because Wensleydale is so silky. So this is it on Molly at the Burrow. It just takes the dye so beautifully. It's quite hard to dye. It takes quite a long time and quite a lot of processes. But what you get is a really soft and subtle colour change. So this is the Night Bus. And I love these because these are the kind of what I like to think of as tonal solids. So you can absolutely knit a whole jumper out of these and you're not getting something too bonkers, although there's nothing wrong with bonkers, obviously. So the difference between the British sock and the British 4-ply, you can see here the same colourway dyed up. So this is what it looks like on a white colourway, and this is where you've got the grey coming through, the Svartblus. So I've been knitting it up also as a test for, I'm going to knit the Atlantica from Pom Pom issue 34, this one. And I've just done a swatch here with mohair. So I'm holding it one strand of the British 4-ply, and I've been doing different colours to try it out, and then one strand of this Malfoy mohair silk. So that's what it looks like knit into lace, and you can kind of make it as calm or as crazy as you like. So this is the Malfoy mohair silk that I added in there to give it pops of colour. We've also got a Gotland yarn. Sorry, I've got them all here with different samples and what have you. I'm going to knit, probably nearer the winter, the Nightingale pattern from, it's an old pom-pom, it's from issue 27 from, I think it was 2 winters ago maybe. Yeah, winter 2018, a long time ago. So I'm going to knit that, and I've been swatching in the Gotland, so it's a 75% BFL, British face, Blueface Leicester, all British, and 25% Gotland, which is again is a toothy sort of rustic yarn with flecks of black in it. So you get, this is it on the Equinox space. You get that melange, that's heathered effect, which I absolutely love. So this is the Gotland. We've got it in DK at the moment. I'm going to be also doing it in 4-ply as soon as the mill get it in. So that's from Laxton's Mill in Yorkshire. So that's another brilliant British mill. I've also been swatching with our final one that I've got to show today, which is the British Blueface Leicester and Massam DK. So here's the Nightingale pattern that I just showed you a minute ago. Knit up in that. And this is the Equinox colourway. And here I've been testing for swatching for the Favo sweater by Fibre Tales. So I have knit it here with, at the top you've got it mixed with Arthur on mohair silk. In the middle it's the invisibility cloak on mohair silk, and at the bottom Bold Peruvian Instant Darkness on Suri alpaca lace. So you get the fluff on all of them, but you get a much more silky from the mohair. I've also got here, so if you're more into the traditional superwash yarns that you see from lots of indie dyers, then I've got Pygmy Puff here. I did a swatch of Pink Fizz by Andrea Mowry, and that's using Pygmy Puff and Arthur on mohair and our cashmere silk. So I'm just going to flip you round quickly and show you the shelf. Just work out how to do it. There we go. So yeah, if you've got any questions, throw them in now. So these are our sock yarns here. They're all on the website. I've got loads of minis for socks. I'll show you a couple in 2 seconds. Then we've got a new series of Game of Thrones inspired, sort of almost solid. So it's almost a solid colour. This is Dragonstone, but it's got, can you see the depths of colour in there? So it's not, although it is one colour predominantly, it's got flecks of other colours, because otherwise you may as well just get a plain milled yarn rather than a hand dyed yarn. So I've got mini sets of those as well. And these are all the British yarns that I've just been talking about. Shout if you want to see any. I'm just trying to think which ones look really great. This is For the Love of Ginny on the British sock. Here is the BFL Massam. This is Parvati and the Boggart, which is a really nice one. I love that one on there. We've got Tarth in the dark blue, Hogwarts Grounds here, Swedish Short Snout, Pygmy Puff here. That's a nice one. And then this is the Gotland yarn here, the BFL Gotland, and that takes the dye really beautifully. Then I've got all of our new, well, they're not so new now, Goblet of Fire colourways. Sorry, because the light's just coming through a bit too bright there. I'm doing the Fox Thoughts kits out of these minis. I'll show you those in 2 seconds. That's my Miss Arena too that I'm still working on. And I've been using for that the Night Bus and Hogwarts Grounds. This is Marauder's map here, nice white with flecks. And this one I absolutely love, is called Buckbeak, and it's got like sea foam and a really soft straw gold with lots of flecks of colour. And then we've got Expecto Patronum, the invisibility cloak. This is the Pygmy Puff one. I'll show you that in a unwound skein in 2 seconds. And then finally our Chamber of Secrets minis up there. Not minis, sorry, colourways, which all work as a fade. I'll just pan you round slowly. I've shown before, this is my What the Fade shawl using those. And I've also got it here in a swatch, just to show you how they come up. So I just wanted to show you really quickly before we finish, sorry. This is how we do colourways. So you've got a colourway like this that is fairly solid with just flecks of colour in it, like Equinox and the Game of Thrones ones. Then you've got a really variegated one like Pygmy Puff, and that comes up more as a solid colour. And then you've got the more sort of blocky variegated, so that's the Burrow, and they still have speckles and what have you in them, but you get more of the sections of colour on those. So that's one that would give you more sort of pooling every now and again. So yeah, the last thing I wanted to show you was the minis. So I've got those here. These are all the minis you get on the Fox Thoughts cardigan set. You can use it for the pullover as well. And then these are some minis. I've got Chamber of Secrets there, Prisoner of Azkaban. This is the Goblet of Fire. It's a beast with all 12 colourways from the Advent and the Game of Thrones inspired ones. So yeah, if you've got any... So yes, I have been dyeing on the John Arbon fibre. Somebody's just asking about that. The bottom half of my cardigan is it's on the merino quads, which is a 4-ply all merino, and you can see it up here as well. That's aboard the Hogwarts Express. So that's one, like I said, which comes out with more of blocks of colour. Yeah, BFL is fantastic. You're right there. It's so soft and so strong. I'm just looking through. Yes, Persephone. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions. So if you've got any other questions, throw them in the comments below and I will be sure to come back to you. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much. Bye.